In the summer of 2025, Love Island USA Season 7 ran for 6 weeks on Peacock. 6 weeks. In that time, it accumulated 18.4 billion minutes of watch time. That's Peacock's most watched original season in the platform's entire history. It beat out every drama, every comedy, every prestige project NBC Universal had put money into since Peacock launched. The #1 streaming reality show in America for its entire run. The week of the finale, it was the #1 original show on any streaming service in the country. The only thing that beat it the week before was Squid Game on Netflix. And 49% of the people who watched it were new to the Love Island franchise entirely. So half the audience Peacock polled in that summer had never cared about this show before. They showed up for Season 7 specifically. That doesn't happen accidentally. Let's back up to where Love Island USA actually started, because the origin story of this show in America is kind of a mess. The format was created in the UK by ITV in 2015. By 2019, it had become the most watched show in ITV2's history, averaging nearly 6 million viewers a night in the UK. American networks noticed. CBS licensed the format and launched Love Island USA in 2019. It aired in the summer, ran for a few seasons, did decent numbers but never really broke through. The American version had a slower pace, felt a bit sanitized compared to the UK original, and CBS wasn't quite the right home for it culturally. The show was almost canceled. At one point, it was apparently close to landing on MTV before anything else happened. Then Peacock swooped in for Season 4 in 2022, and everything changed. Moving to a streaming platform meant no network broadcast restrictions. The show could be racier, faster-paced, more willing to go to uncomfortable places. Episodes dropped 6 days a week. The near-live format meant fans were watching and reacting in real time on social media, which fed back into the show's cultural presence daily. This part matters more than it sounds. Most streaming shows drop all at once. People binge it in a weekend, and the cultural conversation burns hot for about 2 weeks before everyone moves on. Love Island's daily episode cadence means the conversation is active every single day for 6 weeks straight. Monday's episode sparks discourse that runs through Tuesday. Tuesday's episode gives you new drama to replace it. By the time you're at week 3, the show has essentially colonized the entire summer. People who haven't started watching feel left out because their coworkers and their group chats and their TikTok For You page are all talking about the same show simultaneously. That social pressure is its own acquisition funnel. And most importantly, Peacock had something CBS didn't: a vested financial interest in making the show a subscriber acquisition engine rather than just a ratings win. Here's how the money actually works on this. Peacock is a streaming platform owned by Comcast through NBC Universal. For years, it was the streaming service that analysts politely described as the one that still needed to figure itself out. Disney Plus had Marvel and Star Wars. Netflix had everything. Max had HBO. Peacock had the Olympics and some Bravo shows. Peacock sat in the middle of all of this with a library that was fine, a few good exclusives, and a parent company in Comcast that was primarily a cable provider watching cable die in real time. They needed a show that could do what Stranger Things did for Netflix in its peak years. A cultural event that made not having a subscription feel like missing something everyone else was talking about. Love Island USA became that show. And the mechanism it used was one no prestige drama could replicate. Because the show costs Peacock roughly $40 million a season to produce and license from ITV Studios. That sounds like a lot. But Peacock's CFO confirmed publicly that Love Island USA Season 7 attracted a significant number of first-time subscribers. And 2/3 of those new paying subscribers went on to engage with other content on the platform after the season ended, meaning they stuck around. They didn't cancel when the finale aired. If even 500,000 people subscribed to Peacock at $30 a month because of Love Island and stayed for a year, that's $78 million in revenue from one show. From subscribers who then also watch The Office reruns and NFL games and whatever else Peacock has. The show pays for itself in subscriber acquisition value before you even count ad revenue and brand partnerships. And the brand partnership business around Season 7 was its own thing entirely. Peacock had over 14 brand partners for season 7, which sold out completely. Not 14 ads. 14 integrated in-show partnerships where brands were woven into the actual content. Coffee Mate and Maybelline were integrated partners inside the villa. CeraVe was the official skincare partner. Cuervo was the official tequila of the After Sun companion show. Spotify built a playlist that got over 100,000 saves. Instacart was in there. Duolingo had some kind of activation. Megan Thee Stallion's swimwear line was featured. And according to Peacock's own data, fans of the show were 137% more likely to have talked about products featured on it. 66% more likely to have actually purchased something from a brand they saw on the show. Those are numbers that make brand managers genuinely emotional. For context on what that means commercially, a 30-second ad on a normal TV show reaches people who are half paying attention and will forget it in an hour. A brand integration on Love Island USA reaches people who are watching every single day, who are deeply invested in the characters, and who now have a parasocial association between their favorite contestants and that brand. When your favorite couple is sitting in the villa drinking Cuervo margaritas for 6 weeks, your brain does not file that in the advertisement folder. It files it in the Vibes I Want folder. That's a completely different kind of commercial impression, and brands are paying a premium to access it. Now let's talk about the actual Season 7 storylines, because the drama was also legitimately insane, and it's important context for why the numbers were what they were. The season was set in Fiji and hosted by Ariana Madix, who, if you don't know her, is the Vanderpump Rules cast member who became famous when her boyfriend of 9 years cheated on her with her best friend, and the whole thing played out in front of Bravo cameras in what became known as Scandival. Peacock hiring her to host Love Island was not accidental. She came with a built-in audience of people who had watched her go through something horrible in public and were now rooting for her. That's emotional infrastructure. But it was also a very specific demographic play. Vanderpump Rules viewers and Love Island USA viewers are essentially the same person at different ages, both skewing female and both deeply invested in relationship drama. By hiring Madix, Peacock essentially bought access to a Bravo audience that might not have been watching Love Island before and funneled them directly into their platform. She also brought a quality that's genuinely hard to manufacture: credibility with the audience on the specific subject matter of the show. This is a woman who lived through public infidelity at the highest possible stakes. When she tells contestants that their connections look real or that they need to be honest with their partners, the audience believes her in a way they wouldn't believe a random host. The casting was doing multiple jobs at once. The season started immediately with controversy. A contestant named Yulisa Escobar was removed from the villa within days of the premiere after videos surfaced of her using racial slurs on old social media posts. Then, weeks later, another contestant, Sierra Ortega, was also removed for the same reason. 2 cast members removed from the same season for the same issue, which raised obvious questions about how thoroughly the producers were vetting people before putting them on national television. But here's the thing about Love Island and controversy. The controversy is also content. Every drama becomes a topic of discussion. Every removal becomes a headline. Every headline is free marketing for a show that needs daily engagement to sustain its near-live format. The voting manipulation allegations came next. After some popular couples got eliminated in ways that seemed to defy the audience's expectations, fans on social media started claiming the votes were being rigged by producers. The app crashed multiple times during voting windows, which added fuel to the theory. Ariana Madix denied it directly in an interview, saying the audience is smart about many things, but they never get the voting outcomes right because they don't know what other viewers are actually doing. Whether the votes were clean or not almost doesn't matter to the business. The debate kept people watching to see what happened next. That's the mechanism. The finale came down to 2 couples, Amaya Espinal and Brian Arenales, who had been fan favorites for most of the season, and Olandria Carthen and Nick von Steenberga, who came in as runners-up. Amaya and Brian won. The prize was $100,000. Brian opened the envelope and chose to split it with Amaya. The internet had feelings about this. Some people thought it was romantic. Some people thought Brian should have kept the money. The discourse ran for days, which, again, is the whole point. A show that generates that much conversation after it ends is a show that people are still engaging with. And every day of post-show engagement is another day where new people discover the season and subscribe to Peacock to watch it. The season also launched a spin-off called Love Island: Beyond the Villa, a docuseries that followed the contestants after they left Fiji. It had the largest unscripted premiere audience in Peacock's history. So the IP didn't just generate viewership during its 6-week run, it immediately extended into another show that pulled its own audience. That's franchise infrastructure. One format, multiple shows, all driving subscribers to the same platform. The TikTok numbers alone were a separate category of insane. The official Love Island USA accounts and the hashtag accumulated 1.7 billion video views and impressions on TikTok during Season 7, up 127% from Season 6. Plus another 2.2 billion impressions across Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and X. Nearly 4 billion total social impressions from a 6-week run of a dating show. For comparison, that's more social engagement than most major sporting events generate. And 30% of all viewership happened on mobile devices specifically, which is a record for any Peacock show. More than a quarter of those mobile viewers also engaged with the interactive Love Island prediction game inside the Peacock app, meaning they weren't just passively watching. They were actively participating in features that deepen their relationship with the platform itself. That's user retention mechanics embedded into a dating show. The product team at Peacock is not sleeping on that data. So what actually happened with Love Island USA Season 7 from a business perspective is that Peacock finally found the show that could do for them what Squid Game did for Netflix. A cultural moment that people felt they had to be part of in real time or they'd be left out of the conversation. The format was already proven in the UK. The move to Peacock gave it the freedom to be more itself. The casting got sharper. The social strategy got more deliberate. Ariana Madix brought a ready-made fan base. The brand partnership team turned the show into a fully integrated commercial product without making it feel like an ad. And the result was 18.4 billion minutes. The number that Peacock's executives are going to put in every presentation for the next 3 years. The contestants went into that villa to find love and win $100,000. Peacock used the same 6 weeks to solve a subscriber acquisition problem that had been bothering their parent company since 2020. The math on who actually won that season is pretty clear. Rise and ruin. Every time.